So shall I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I told her about what she said to me. First, it would be good to arrange it beforehand so I could make sure no one else would know about it, especially the mothers who answered to her. I didn't want to meet them. Probably a day and a place when there's no one else, so I don't have to explain about that. She lifted her glasses on her nose and said, well, I had my one meeting in a place in a quiet cafeteria that is not frequented by people. I think that would be a perfect fit. Then people wouldn't ask unneeded questions about why we are there together. I said to her, well, surely that would avoid me explaining about it. I'm not doing anything special tomorrow, so I wouldn't have time to appear there. If I should be meet at the cafeteria somewhere else, I should probably drop that off. She answered to me, I will give you this card about the cafeteria that I always keep on me. It's one of my favorite places, and it also has the address of the cafeteria. It's in the same city. I took the card from her and looked at it. It reminded me of something. Maybe I had been there before at some point. Just remember to be on time then. I don't like to be waiting for you. Then she paused for a moment and said, with my luck, your guest lost on the way and will arrive late. I got a little bit annoyed about that when she said that to me. And when she noticed that she said, I mean, what do I expect from you if you see me get lost in your thoughts that easily? How am I supposed to rely on you getting there yourself? I answered back, I totally wouldn't get lost. I'm not that forgetful, at least yet. She smiled a bit and said, well, let's hope you don't lost in your thoughts again. I'm not quite sure if you if you forget and lose your glasses, it'll be true and find that too. I got a little bit more annoyed about that and said, hey, I'm not that blind. I'm not blind like a bat. Who would have guessed that I'm not that blind at least? She smiled a bit and said, well, let's hope this side doesn't get any worse then. She remarked and added, well, I think it's time for me to go before your mother arrives, and it would be rather inconvenient if she would arrive where I was here, and you probably don't want to explain why I'm here. She put on her reports and opened the door and said, I'll see you, Elisa. Don't forget to be on time like I told you. I tried to say something, but she slipped through the door and closed the front in front of me. Then I then I realized that no, I needed to ask something about her through the door, but I didn't hear an answer from her anymore. But unfortunately, my own boots would take had a long line of laces on them, so it would take a while to tie them. So I started tying them up. After about 30 seconds, I managed to get the boots into my legs, and I opened the door and started going after her. I wonder how far did she manage to go. I was walking down the stairs in an apartment through the staircase, and when I got down to the first floor and then I saw the family, she said, oh, where you going, Elisa? It should be a hurry going somewhere. I just ran over, sorry, I don't got time to explain right now. I opened the outside door, but I couldn't see her anywhere. She was just gone. How did she go this fast? So I muttered to myself, well, I might have talked to her, but I guess she's gone now. So it's time
So,
to go
would you
back
like to go
inside
get?
since I have some stuff to do before I go meet Lily and
Could.
Emma.
You on air?
No.
Started walking
Would you
back
like to go get something for
inside the
dinner?
building,
Getting
so
her
I have a
something for dinner?
chance to catch her next time.
What are we getting?
I don't know. I'm asking
Wait,
you if
wait,
you want to go
wait.
out on
Was
this
the
beautiful
person
day
that asked where I was
Probably a
going
and
good
get
to the
idea.
yourself something to eat.
staircase?
Yeah, I probably
He
should do
paused for
that.
a moment and thought again, wait a
Okay.
moment, I know that voice and that face. That person was my mother. Thankfully,
What I'll
the
have
girl
you
left so
do is
quickly,
stop on
otherwise
your
one
way
would have
back
seen
and
her
bring me
here.
something.
Well, that could have gone
Hmm.
really inconvenient
You
for
may want
me.
to go
Maybe if
somewhere
I
and
asked
sit
my
down
mother,
and eat, and that's
maybe
okay,
she saw her
especially if
going
they're
past her.
outside.
The building would be looking like a big concrete colossus, and it looks really dull, of course. I wonder if there was any way to make the building more interesting looking, but knowing the Soviets, probably not. Now, we can't be having buildings being different. We're supposed to
Ain't
have
that the
equal
truth?
houses, so if we don't get a nice looking house, that means no one is going to get it either. I walked through the entrance of the building and started walking up the stairs. After reaching the floor where the apartment was, I sighed a bit, saying, well, I wonder what will happen when I meet her. I better write it down when I get back home, and to remember, I should probably write it down when I meet her again, or I might forget it. Hold on, the door's locked, and I think I might have forgotten my keys. Well, I guess I have to knock on the door. I knocked on the door. A moment passed until the door opened with a creak. Mother looked me through the smoke of the door open. Oh, it's you, Alyssa. I saw you go really fast past me on the stairs there. You went like a Soviet rocket down the stairs. What was so urgent over there? She looked a little bit disappointed at me. Think I would not be able to lie my way off this since you obviously know it was me. I thought a little in my head what I would say to her. Well, I was chasing someone who left abruptly, and a strange person visited the door, and I talked with them. And they suddenly left, and I started following them. But they were gone when I got to outside, as I had to tie my outside boots. Well, mother would probably not accept that, so just invent something that would at least make some sense, so I wouldn't completely lie to her. Mother said, "Well, it would be time to explain the whole thing now. Are you getting lost in your thoughts again?" I quickly answered back. I'm sorry, Mother. It was the mailman bringing the letter to me from a friend, and he gave me a pen to sign the arrival note for him, but I forgot that I had the pen in the way mailman left, and then I forgot the pen in my hand, and to chase the mailman down and give the pen back to him. Mother smiled weak and said, "I'm not surprised to forget the bag, to be honest. It's happened to me a couple of times too on my own time." Paused for a moment. "Come in. You have stuff to do before leaving the house, as you told me about earlier." I went through the door and untied my boots and put them in the place where they usually are, and went to my own room, closing the door behind me. I thought to myself, maybe I should write a poem about this meeting myself. So I walked into my work table and sat in a chair. I've left the ball pen on the table, as I usually like to write with ball pens. It's a pen one I got from father that he had managed to get from work. I wonder how I would write this one. I do remember that father and mother usually write them to each other. I've been reading what they write to each other. I have a girl that visits me on my dreams, but I don't write them usually down. Or I don't write their dreams usually down. The girl I met today reminds of her. Actually, now that I think, she does yearly remind of her. I picked up my scribble book and opened the empty page on it, and I started writing. The familiar perfume. I felt her right next to me. I could feel her heart pounding next to mine. I still remember the kiss, though some time has already passed. When she kissed me, I felt like the time stopped. I thought my first kiss would be a boy, but she managed to steal it from me on that moment. But now it doesn't feel that bad, as I didn't like it. But I think I miss it a bit at this moment. I could smell the scent of perfume she was using. I didn't notice the perfume smell at first, but now I remember the scent myself. I remember that from the dream I saw recently. Maybe dreams have a way of coming true after all. I finished up the rest of the poem, and I think that does it. I put the pen down, I put the scribble book in the back so I wouldn't lose it again. Time to go to prepare the food for the picnic in the kitchen. Then I walked to the kitchen, and my mother was there reading a newspaper she had breakfast when she was away. "Mother, hi mother, what you reading?" She answered back, "Oh, I'm reading the Finnish Pravda." "Oh, what's there today?" I asked. "Nothing special today. Same old politics, really like always." Same old, it seems," I said to her. "By the way, did you get the required food items you went to the store last time?" She looked at me and said, "I think they should be fresh too. Thankfully, your father's and mileage high enough so we can get better stuff from the black market and the party ships, but we have already there. But, like I have told earlier, it's not something you should mention publicly, as you remember I'm a party official myself." I smiled a bit and said, "Well, of course I wouldn't mention that, as it doesn't like make the life more palatable in terms of food too." I opened the fridge and took up the food stuff that I required, took some fresh bread from there, and started some butter, some cucumbers, and mayonnaise. I asked from mother, "Swedish imported mayonnaise, where did you get this? I thought the Western imports were banned." She smirked a bit and answered, "The party committee had acquired a shipment of that from the authorities when they had confiscated it, so we all in the party got some of it. I mean, if it's confiscated, it doesn't mean we can't use it. Ordinary people just can't use it. It would be a shame to let it rot without being used." I chuckled a bit. "That's the cynicism I would expect from you, mother." Mother is known to be a quite ruthless politician that is only for politics for her own benefit, and that's what she can extract it, at least according to father. Father, although she would never publicly state this. So we usually joke about it as a result inside the family. Yeah, at least it does get good food and some luxuries on the family, so I can't really complain myself either. I put the picnic ingredients on the table and started making sandwiches. In the meantime, mother turned on the radio at the table. I got the familiar tune of the anthem of the FSSR, or the Finnish Social Soviet Republic. or how we would know it around in Finland. Suomen sosialistinen neuvostotasavalta. Mother started humming in the tune of the anthem. I said to her, "You're really enjoying the tune, aren't you?" "Yes, I enjoy the tune. It's another rise to be hearing it today," she answers back to me. "I'm not sure I like it too. It's just a nice win for sure," I said to her. I continued making food for the picnic. I piled breads on top of each other while Mother was listening to the sun quietly humming the tune. So she probably didn't see the girl went by her if she didn't ask it from me. Maybe I should ask it from her then. "So, Mother, did you see anyone going past you on the stairs?" She looked at me with a thinking gaze. "Now that you remind of me that, I did see a girl that was a couple years older than you, maybe even more. It seems like she was in a hurry, although she wasn't as much of a hurry as you were." She paused for a moment and said, "Why are you asking this from me, by the way?" I was a bit troubled for a moment and said, "Nothing too special, really." She gave me another deeply thinking gaze and said, "You don't usually ask things like me unless they mean something to you. Is this something related to what you told on the morning?" I'll probably have to deny from her for making that connection, so I didn't answer sternly and say no. Maybe I could try the way that Nini usually speaks. "No, it's not related to that in any way. I haven't had no kind of relationship with that girl. I don't even know her. It's this kind of interrogation for the secret police as you speak exactly like them." I had seen Grandpa being integrated by them a couple of times as he doesn't really get along with them. She sighed and answered back, "I guess I will drop it then. Didn't mean anything bad with it, Alisa. Just that I would like to know what you're up to sometimes so you don't end up in trouble. You know that I don't like poking her nose at my tins that often, although I often tell tins to her to avoid her poking her nose too much about my stuff." "Yes, yes, yes. I know, but you don't have to be so nosy about it always. Especially if I have a hard time answering about it. Just let me have the time to answer sometimes. It's not that easy for me to answer it. Anyways," she asked, "what has made you answer like this? You're different than a normal Lisa. You're not usually like this. I know Lily exactly like this when acts like this with people. Has she been telling you something? Keep doing this, I will grind you for home if you keep disrespecting me, as I don't want you to turn like her, as she's generally rude." I simply said, "No, no, no, Mother, I didn't mean that, I didn't mean that." She answered in a dry voice and looked unhappy. I might have rubbed some feathers with her. "Keep it that way and don't speak to me like that ever again." I think she got angry with me. I had not cheered her like that for a while. She had the look of a secret policeman on her now. As accorded Grandpa, she was a foremost secret police worker before she went to politics. She hasn't told this to me, but Grandpa has spoken this to me, but told me that I can't let her know about it. That Grandpa told this to me. This to me. She then a sinister remark again. "If you don't do it again, we don't have a problem, you know?" I got a little bit afraid what she would do if I gave out to it, so I said, "I promise I won't speak like that to you again, Mother. I'm sorry." I finished the picnic sandwich that I've been doing while speaking with her. She was quiet for a moment and said, "Good that we settled stuff. Seemingly I finished the sandwich. Would you mind making one for me, as I didn't have time to eat anything and I don't feel like cooking food yet for us, as Father comes home later in the evening. We finished the last food yesterday. Last day's food yesterday." "I think I should make one for her so we comes down," I said in my mind. "Sure, Mother, I can make you one." I made a sandwich for her and gave it to her. I started packing away the food stuff to the fridge, and I opened the fridge's door and put them in and closed the door. I took some aluminum foil and wrapped my sandwiches to it so they would stay cold in the bag despite the summer heat. And I picked some plastic coaster egg flask from the freezer to put in there so it would stay even colder. I looked at the mother. She seems to enjoy the sandwich that I made for her and didn't look as grumpy anymore. "Enjoying the sandwich, Mother?" Gave just a bite that she had taken it and said, "Yes, I do like the combination of your sandwich making skills and Western mayo. I wonder why they keep making stuff so much worse around here." I had done some read up on the economy myself from the history books relating to old times. and capitalism before Finland became a satellite state of the Soviet Union from the books that Grandpa keeps hidden on this house. Well, we have a state monopoly on that. It's just one company makes it that there's production quotas on it, but not real requirements on quality, so they just maximize production and skimp as cost as much as they can. She looked at me strangely. Have you been reading the Western propaganda again? Are you saying that our system is not superior? Have you been watching the Swedish broadcasts again? He paused for a moment and said, "You should be really watching them, you know? You do know the production process is completely public around here." I said to her, "You do know that the production process is completely public around here. It's not that hard for a girl like me to deduce it out of the results." She asked from me, "Have you been reading through the grandpa's books again? I should tell him to get rid of them as they seemingly have a bad influence on you." I said to her, "No, I haven't been reading through them. It's just my observation of the things myself." She smiled a bit. "Maybe you should become a politician yourself and fix things then." I answered to her, "I think I'm just fine like this, thank you. I got better things to do than that." She smiled with a sinister smile and said, "So you aim to become famous through being an artist? Just make sure you don't fail it first and go politics after that." I looked at Mother for being annoyed about that comment and said, "I won't end up like that one Austrian artist who you're obviously referring to." Mother laughed a bit and said, "Joke about your enemies keeps the secret police away. Just don't joke about the secret police, they don't like that." I said to her, "Of course, and that I've heard jokes from other people too and how much jail time they got from it. But I think I'm done here. I'm gonna prepare for going out now." I started walking away, and Mother said, "Have a nice day and don't get into trouble, okay? I will go through some work-related papers in the workroom, so I won't be saying goodbye to you when you leave." I said to her, walking up the kitchen to my room, "Sure, I'll be back home in the evening probably." I opened my room's door and closed it behind me. I sat a bit and thought to myself, thankfully Mother didn't push me around too much this time, although I should probably have asked when did she see the girl. So it seems she did indeed see her, but she got suspicious instantly. Although it seems similar to her reaction when I was talking to one boy back in the day. She didn't like it at all. Perhaps I should have asked how it went with Lily. She would probably remember it as I've been trying to delete the memories from my head for a long time though the past experiences. So all of that is a bit hazy, like everything else really. Is she going to do similarly with her, as she seems to be about as happy about it as that time about the boy to my memory? At least she won't be bothering me for now. Thankfully she has some work to do. But still, the mysterious girl didn't tell her name either, so I need to find it out somehow. I can't use Mother to help on it at all. I'll bet I think Mother would have to require interest to finding out, so I guess I have to meet her at the place we arrange. How much the clock is anyways? I glanced at the clock on the table. The clock is 12:08, so that means I should get ready as I'm supposed to be there in 13:00 or in about 52 minutes or so, as I agreed with Lily and Emma. After prepare first, I looked at the table mirror and saw the mysterious girl had gotten my hair a bit tangled looking. That explains why she looked and acted that explains why my mother looked at me and acted a bit suspicious against me. I might as well turn on the radio on my table to listen to some music where I prepare myself so I don't look so messy. I think I should try to look nice if we meet a boy today when we're out. Interestingly, the song The Moscow Nights is playing on the radio, which is not what my parents like very much. Maybe it's something important for them, maybe an anniversary or something. I went at my back and took up the makeup items from the bag. I actually like the song myself too. No one else has taken me the moonlight walk like that through the city streets where I live. It is truly a romantic song, if any. I wonder if my father and mother walked on the streets like that back in the day. I screwed open the eyelash corner bottle and took the brush out there. I applied the brush gently to my eyelashes. After a couple of swipes I did check, did the color go evenly from the mirror? After looking for a moment I saw I managed to do it nicely. The color was falling nicely on the eyelashes. I put the brush back to the bottle containing the eyelash color and closed the bottle. I wonder should I add the lipstick for myself or not, as you usually save with the special occasion. So I could call this a special occasion, as sometimes Lily would bring a boy or two or three, a couple, and she would accompany the boy that she's seen if she has one. She's been trying to get Emma paired up with someone, as she is too shy to ask anyone out herself. But the boys would usually ignore me for some reason after what happened with the one boy. Maybe she brings the boy there again, so might as well put some on. I opened the lipstick and started adding the lips. I think once I misapplied it a bit, and then you had to remind me to apply it correctly, as I was too much in a hurry that time. So did I apply it correctly? I glanced at the mirror again. I saw the lipstick and chanced the corner of my lips. Blood red like they would always be. Nothing of my looks has changed since I was talking with the boy, but suddenly boys stopped complimenting me. At least I look prettier now, so maybe someone starts eyeing me. I wonder would the mysterious girl like me like this? She is one of the who complimented me as no one has done it for a while. Maybe should meet her like this. Well, at least I'm ready to leave for the picnic. Now, close the lipstick and put it into my bag. I got off from the chair and put the pencil to the bag with the ball pen that I had on the table so I could be writing and scribbling while I was on the bus. I would sometimes forget taking it with me. I already had the pencils and color pencils on the bag already stashed away, as I already keep them there, as I sometimes would sketch Lily or Emma to paper, what I would sometimes take with me. Maybe I should take a couple sheets of paper. I opened my drawer where I keep my A4 size papers. Grandpa always says that I can take as much as I want from him, as he says they are not that expensive. I will take a couple with me. I think I could try drawing something out today on the outside again. I should take clipboard with me, so I more even surface to draw on. Thankfully, I already stashed it on the bag, so I wouldn't have to go find it, as I would lose it if I would take it off the bag. Well, that's everything I need to know, so I can go out with Lily and Emma. I took the A4 papers and put them on the clipboard so it would stay in firm, and put the clipboard in the bag. Let's go out then. That does it.